Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to take a look at a pretty much straight up ramp dragon. It's been a while since ramp dragon was super popular, and in this one in particular it is a Prince of Kakaido ramp dragon. So this one is running a few of the new cards. It does have the Might, neutral amulet removal, and a pretty standard enemy banish. It's actually not a bad card. There's nothing in the early game other than, of course, Angelic Smite, which is again leading towards more mid game. Hulking Dragonoot, a card I haven't got to play yet, but you can see its potential. Rush, ward, and damage in something like ramp, really good. It's actually great to kind of curve into the Poseidon Masamune combo. Also, it actually does work quite well for that as well with the combo. Since it can't take more than 1 damage anyway, you could potentially get 5 out of it instead of 4, which is great. Of course, Prince of Kakaido. I've got Zoe, Arbiter of Skies, although the deck build that I was basing this off was actually running triple Hulking Dragonoot and triple Genesis. And honestly, I don't know. I haven't got to play enough with Hulking Dragonoot to say, but Genesis is an amazing card. I would definitely consider running 3 of this given the opportunity. It is such a great turn 4 play, turn 5 play if you need it. With the removal using the Evo effect, and of course getting an orb in general is actually great. And of course on turn 10 being a Storm card is amazing for this deck, so it does a nice job. Zoe I run mainly because it's a great card if you're looking to replace Storm in potential. It also has the draw a card effect, which works wonders, so you can't really go wrong with it as a good early turn 1 play, since you don't really want to play Disdainful Rend or Disciple of Disdain in your early game on turn 1. You really want to be playing at turn 3+ when you can combo it with something like Servant of Disdain or just another card in general. So we're going to get right into this and check it out. Okay, kicking off our first game here, we are up against a Blood, very popular in the current meta as far as things go, but we are still in early days. We're in the first week still, so I don't expect anything to settle down until post first week, but we should be starting to see a curve now of things slowing down. But it'll be more interesting when it does. Once it's completely slowed down, it'll be much more interesting. Swarming Wraith, not actually a problem. Dragon Oracle, I'm very comfortable with playing out. Swarming Wraith isn't a bad card for a 3-2 in this situation, but against most other decks it just gets absolutely bodied, so it's actually not that good. It just happens that my Dragon runs, since it's running a ramp setup and I end up with Dragon Oracle, I was going to prioritize that no matter what, which did get them some decent value, honestly. So there's the Berserker play. They're actually going for a double Berserker play. So I do need to remove this. I did end up getting the perfect thing to do, Genesis Dragon of Disaster. I get to ramp and kill them off at 1 cost of an Evo point, so definitely worthwhile. We already have a Prince of Kakaido in hand, so I don't really need to call the Lyrial, but I do need to use something on board. I can't just leave my board empty, no matter how much I would like to. And now we do need to take out this 5-5, and the best way to do that, Poseidon, especially against Blood when you get the 1-3 wards. Not an easy thing to counter by any means. So we did get the damage to face. They're going for the Azazel the Depraved play into Vera. Vera is not bad, give him that. But this is a pretty much semi-free turn to play Prince of Kakaido. With an Evo, we can actually wipe the board here. We are at a little bit of a risk for going lethal, but calculating out roughly what they could possibly have, I was willing to take that risk since nothing else I did anyway would have mattered. This was definitely the best line of play I had. Dark General definitely stressed me out though. I did not like seeing that get dropped. At least now with Snare of Disdain we can actually wipe the board, so why not? We've got another Luria, so we'll play it out and get something. Can't use that, unfortunately. Hellbeast would kill us. And Anne Rose with its nice little ping. So we actually managed to pull back, which is great. I was hoping again they didn't have lethal. It was definitely a couple of risky turns, and against Blood you don't want that. I think I did get a little lucky there, but we played to the best of our advantage. Next up, we have a Shadowcraft against our Dragon deck here. Ramp Dragon definitely is still one of my favorite kind of Dragon decks. I never used to like it, especially during Tempest era. I never could enjoy it, but it's definitely grown on me with the introduction of Prince of Cocytus. A lot of people, of course, hate on that because they hated it in the meta and how dominant it was, but I kind of grew to like it a bit, so why not? Plus, you can't really go wrong with something like Prince in a deck like this. It just does too good a job, especially with the ramp. So we get a fairly easy turn for our Dragon Oracle. We even got a chance to go for the Draconic Core on 3 if we want it, or technically 4 points. We did end up with a Dragon Oracle again, but I don't really have a play to go with the Dragon Oracle. I wasn't going to play the Lyria, mainly just because I don't need to play the Lyria here yet. Although next turn is looking a little rougher, so we'll see. Alright, Dragon Oracle to 6, Lyria, plus a nice Disdainful Rend. It is going to cost me this. It's definitely going to cost me this, but it removes the potential killer, so why not? It does look like they're playing a Destruction Shadow, at least that's what I'm nicknaming it right now, because that's the easiest thing to think of. So they're running all their Destruction Amulets, and of course all their Destruction cards to wipe the enemy board continuously and deal with threats. Probably a mistake to upgrade my Poseidon Bodyguard, but didn't really think of it. Poseidon's Guard. That's okay. I mean, I went for it because I wanted the orb, so while it might not have been the best decision, I still think it was good enough. I did make a small error here. I probably shouldn't have went for the Prince. Should have traded the 1/1 first, then played Prince. I wouldn't have then risked any kind of damage to it, but I mean, mistakes were made. We took 1 damage. It wasn't the end of the world. I pretty much had worked out it was only going to be 1, since they hadn't actually used any Evo points up there yet, so not really a problem. I got a free chance to play Hellbeast. It cost me 0 health, so that was good. And we've already got our turn 10 Zoe play. It's really just now going to be a matter of digging through these Prince of Cocytus cards until we can reach our lethal. I don't really know what that will be in Prince because there are so many options that could potentially get us close. But as of right now, this is definitely not it. And I can't just risk playing Zoe straight out on a turn, as that could potentially just straight up kill us, so that wouldn't be good. Hades, Father of Purgatory. Not the best thing to see hit the board, but not really a problem. There's fairly decent amulet removal in this deck, and we did pick up one of them. Flame Lord Deceit is a great way to banish all amulets. And it's definitely going to slow them down. So they're definitely running a very interesting build. I actually wouldn't mind testing that kind of deck myself, since we do have triple Hades already. They did go for the Mechasaur Deathbringer. Again, a great card overall, and plays into what their build looks like it to be. So it's a variation of a stall destruction deck, I would say. So they stall out your opponent so they can deal a lot of destructive blows. I got fairly lucky with most of my draws out of this, although nearly every card in a Prince deck is overpowered, so it's not that surprising. This is going to be one of the trickier ones though. We do have to deal with the 6/6, and that's not a fun thing to do. Infernal Gaze. Alright, that's going to probably buy us at least a turn, if they potentially go for a spell. Heaven Fall, that was a good one, although I would have preferred to use it on an amulet. Another Path to Purgatory, potentially. And we did end up getting the removal, though, so that's at least decent. That could potentially remove good cards from their hand that we don't want to see. And since it is a permanent effect now, they're going to be losing cards every turn. It definitely puts them at a severe disadvantage. We did end up getting Scorpion of Greed. Still got plenty of Evo. We're going to heal straight back up to max and even get that 9 damage to face. And now they do have to deal with a pretty massive body that has Bane, so they're going to lose almost everything they want to play. They did get their own Purgatory now. Definitely not what I wanted to see. We did end up winning our win condition here, off the top of the deck there. Gluttonous Behemoth. So we could safely Zoe, since we know we're not going to take any damage next turn whatsoever. And unless they can heal, what, 8 damage? Well, maybe not 8, sorry, 6 damage. They need at least 6 healing to put themselves out of range of this. That was their only chance at winning the game, and they also needed to do that while clearing this. Not impossible, but not the easiest thing in the world either, so it definitely wouldn't have been easy for them. Especially since they had already used a healing card and we're getting short on some cards. Fortunately for us, no issues. Gluttonous Behemoth, 2-face, burning up that damage for lethal. So this Ramp Dragon deck was actually quite solid. I would definitely want to test out Hulking Giant and a few other cards a bit more, just to get a good feel for it, but in this early stage it's quite decent and does an okay job, and it was a bit of fun. It's also not... It's still expensive, okay? Decks are expensive now. 12 legendaries in this one alone, which isn't great. I think it's 12, or is it 10? No, it's definitely 12. 12 legendaries in this deck alone makes it for quite an expensive deck. But overall, the average legendaries is 9, so we're not that much above average. Once you start getting into the 15 range, it's a little too high, but hopefully with trial temporary cards and things like that, you guys will be able to try more of my decks out, some of these decks out, and hopefully be able to enjoy them. I also want to cover some more budget-oriented decks. We've got a sword deck and a few others that I've got some plans to do soon. Hopefully you guys will enjoy those. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. You'll find the deck list in the description below. Until next time, guys, see ya.